Hello. Happy Sunday, May 5th. Cinco de Mayo. What a great day. Cinco de Mayo. A little rainy in New York, but regardless of that, we still had a blast. So, I am on my Happy Lawyer page. I started it this week, and I'm really excited about trying to get this across more of a I don't know, more people. I want to reach more people. So that's why I'm going through the Happy Lawyer page, and also, I can start doing different things, cross promotion with other people who are trying to get into this thing. Funny, all right, well, I don't know what I'm doing exactly, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I think that the Happy Lawyer page is pretty much the same media as the regular page, but just, I don't know, a little different. I don't see it coming across on my computer at the same time, which my other page did. So I don't know why, but I'm just going to deal with it on the phone, so it don't matter. So welcome to the first episode of Diana the Happy Lawyer, officially open on the Diana the Happy Lawyer page. And please share and like this page with your friends. My goal is to get as many people involved as possible and just start spreading, happiness. Just start spreading happiness across the internet, across the world, any way that you can do it by any means. I'm also going to be dabbling in Twitter and Instagram and all of those things. So that's going to be part of my show tonight, discussing how uncomfortable it is to be making all these changes. But first I want to just talk a little bit about last week. Last week I talked about that words create your life, and that you have to be careful which words you choose. And I talked about staying away from words that are like, you know what, here I have to do that thing where I don't bother me. Yeah, I try on the do not disturb, and it doesn't always, it doesn't always work. So the words that you want to stay away from are words like, obviously you don't ever want to say you can't do anything. Back in the early programs of the archives, I talked about attaining unattainable goals, and we decided that unattainable, the definition of that had to be changed. And so you should never really use a goal that's unattainable, or don't ever say words like it's impossible or anything's possible. My friend's grandfather said, things that are possible are sometimes hard to do, and things that are impossible are just a little bit harder. So don't ever say things are impossible. There's always going to be a way to do it. Bruce Lee said something really great. He said to be like water. And when you're like water, you go around any obstacles that come in your way, boulders, you go over waterfalls, whatever. Be like water when you're dealing with obstacles. Just go smoothly around them and deal with them. Don't ever use words like but and because. When you hear yourself saying words like but and because, you're about to talk yourself out of your desire or goal. I was with a friend today, and she was talking about changing something in her job, her career, and she immediately started saying, well, I can't do that because, and she got distracted and started talking about something else, and I got back into conversation with her, and she was like, oh, where was I? And I said, well, you were just going to start the list, the things to talk yourself out of doing something that you want to do. And maybe it was a little snarky. My remark might have been a little snarky to her, but I was trying to make a point to her that she frequently will do things that will just basically, instead of talking yourself into it, talk yourself out of it. Oh, hey, Annette, John's great, by the way. I saw my friend John talk about comfort zones. We'll talk about that. Hi, Helen. I don't know if you guys rode the bike tour today. I was thinking about you. Helen's a big biker. My friend who got the $600 bike, that was forced upon her because it was a gift, and then she turned out to love it. But that was the bike tour today, and it was a lot of rain. Talk about comfort zone. That's an interesting comfort zone conversation. So those were the words that I talked about staying away from: but, and because, and can't, and impossible. Any of those negative words, if you're using them and you can't think of another word, just go to the dictionary and look up the opposite of that word and start using those words. And write them down. When you write stuff down, it goes into your brain. Then the other thing I said, that was my tip for the week last week, was to change everybody says, oh, I'm good. How do I have, oh, good, I'm good. Good day, good morning, all of that stuff. I said, change that word to great and start saying great instead of good. And I told a story about how I said I was great for 3 days in a row. Somebody asked me, how are you? I said, I'm great. And I said, oh, I'm good. How are you? I'm great. I'm good. And then the third day, how are you, Diana? I'm great. And he said, why are you great 3 days in a row? Like there was a problem being great 3 days in a row. So somebody also pointed out to me that when you say great, it makes you smile. The word great brings a smile to your face, which I thought was great, needless to say. So say it. Try it now. Say great. Great. Great makes you smile. Good. Good makes you kind of ooh, ooh. I'll make some of my faces and noises. But great makes you smile. So I got to court last week, Monday morning, and one of my colleagues, Stacy, saw me. She had seen the show, and she said to me, great morning, Diana. And I was like, great morning. Somebody actually watched it and put it into action. And I tell you, even if I affect one person, it makes me happy. So that's really cool. So yes, great with the big smile. Great, great, great. Okay. So those were the words that what we talked about last week. Pay attention all the time. All the time pay attention at the words you're using, because they are going to affect your life. And just think about using other words that will get you closer to your goals and your desires. So today we're going to talk about getting comfortable out of your comfort zone. So I'm from an era where, I remember we had TV in our house. We had one television. It was black and white. There was a thing that you could get on your TV that you could put it across, and the top would be like blue, and the middle would be like brown, and the bottom would be like green to fake like the sky and the earth. And it was very strange. If you had a color TV, you could put this Kodachrome thing over it to make it change color. And, that's what I grew up with. That's what I was remembering. And now, people have TVs all over their house. Everybody has a TV in every room. And in fact, everybody has TVs right in their hand. I'm looking at my TV right now. I'm recording myself and going live on my little TV. So my comfort zone goes way back to 10 channels on the television, walking around with phones that had rotary dials and long cords. And of course, as time goes on, you change to remote controls and cordless phones. Now we're on, wireless phones. Everything's just coming right out of the palm of your hand these days. And people get comfortable with it because, it goes along with, you learn how to use it. Your phone is something that you have no choice. You have to learn how to use it. If you get a new phone, your brain will automatically adapt pretty automatically in short order. People say, oh, I got my phone and I'm going to learn how to use it this weekend. So a whole new phone can be, brought into your conscious mind and use it till you get to a subconscious level where you're automatically turning it on. Hi, Linda. Hope you're feeling well, honey. Stay away from dog fences, any fences of any kind. So my comfort zone is really low tech. I'm a low tech comfort zone person. So getting into the higher tech stuff, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, there's another one, YouTube, all of that stuff, very uncomfortable for me. It's not my comfort zone. I looked up the definition of comfort zone, and it is a situation in which you feel comfortable and you do not have to do anything new or difficult. So comfort zone sounds like a great place to be. I mean, who wouldn't want to be in their comfort zone? It's like an old pair of slippers that you put on every morning, and even if they have wearing through on the bottom or ripped on a corner. They're so comfortable, and you don't have to change. You don't have to get new slippers and try and put on, new slippers to make till they break in. You're just in your comfort zone with your old comfortable slippers. And people have comfort zones. Comfort zones come in a variety of things. So you could have places that are comfort zones to you. Your home. People's homes are comfort zones. Sometimes if you have a special place that you go on vacation, I go to New Orleans. New Orleans is a comfort zone for me. I feel very comfortable there. But somebody else going there for the first time might feel very uncomfortable. Your job, if you go to your job, Linda, you're in the new job over there at Bob's, hopefully still. And Annette, you've been changing jobs like several times this year and last year, and places and locations. So your comfort zone is someplace where you go to and you don't have to really think about anything. You don't have to try anything hard or difficult. You just do whatever you're used to doing. And when you change jobs or change places you live, or you get a new phone or get a new car, you adapt until that becomes more comfortable. So the comfort zones that you are used to will fade away. And then, you'll get into new comfort zones. Now, I know I like to talk about different sayings. I always look up different sayings that catch my eye. This one says, a new life begins at the end of your comfort zone. And that's really true when you move someplace or get a new job. Your new life begins. And it's a little uncomfortable until you get used to it. And here's another good quote that says, comfort zones are most often expanded through discomfort. So when you're going from one comfort zone to the next, it's very uncomfortable. There's a old, from the turn of the century, guy named Prentice Mulford. Prentice Mulford. They do this thing on YouTube where they take like a cartoon picture of a guy from the turn of the century and they make his lips move so that he's talking. He's reading his book and he's talking about things. And it's really like an animated still picture. It's very interesting if you watch it. And he talks about going from comfort zone to another comfort zone. It's kind of like cleaning your house. When you're going from one place to another, and when you clean your house, you're necessarily going to bring dust up to the top. So changing comfort zones is necessarily going to be uncomfortable. It kind of makes sense that way. But if you don't change and you stay in your comfort zone all the time, nothing ever happens there. This other great phrase is that the comfort zone is a beautiful place where nothing grows. So nothing grows in your comfort zone. You have to break out of your comfort zone and be willing to do all those things we talked about. Take risks. Jump off that trapeze. Don't lay in the net. If you want to change your life, you have to be willing to change. And sometimes it's not going to be easy. It may not be easy moving from one comfort zone to the next. And you could stay in your comfort zone. I'm not saying you have to, if you don't want to, stay in your comfort zone. There are a lot of people that do the same thing all the time. Routine. Hi, Kathy. Routine stuff all the time. Come home every day, sit and watch TV, make the same, dinner, or stop and get something to eat, or wake up in the morning and they hit their snooze alarm 4 or 5 times to wake up 45 minutes later. In that 45 minutes, if you got out of bed and did something for 45 minutes, even if it was just dancing or meditating, taking a walk, doing some exercises, your comfort zone of hitting your snooze button all the time can change. And it won't be comfortable when you first wake up. If you're used to hitting that snooze button all the time, you're not going to be happy to wake up and get out of bed and start doing something. But if you want to change, you have to change. You have to take action and change. So, as I was saying, my comfort zone is not Facebook. I started with my Facebook on my personal page and doing these little talks. And here's a funny thing. I just opened this, I had this Diana the Happy Lawyer page, but I really wasn't putting anything on it. I wasn't, posting. And I didn't publish it. It was not published. So I decided, well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to switch over. And what I did was I worked very hard for a whole day or so, and I transferred a lot of the posts that were in my private page to the Diana the Happy Lawyer page. And the funny thing was, it was kind of like building a page as if I had been doing it piece by piece all along. If you've ever had to fill in the blanks of, a report that you were supposed to do, like make a comment every day, and then it gets to the end of 30 days and you have to hand it in, and you're writing with different color pens, and you write one thing in script and you write one thing with your left hand, so it looks like you actually did it over the course of time. Well, that's kind of like what I did on Friday when I was making this page, because I really wanted to present it so that people could take a look and see what was going on. And what ended up happening was I went backwards on my private page to post onto my new page, and I started with my last episode of the archives, which was episode 11, and I worked back 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 got lost. I'm going to try and figure out how to post 7, and then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that 1 came up first on my Diana the Happy Lawyer page. So if you look at Diana the Happy Lawyer page now, you see the first episode, and then you can travel down through, pictures of smiling sloths and Nikola Tesla comments to get to the most recent thing. But the funny thing that I noticed was my first one, and I was listening to them while I was going through it, my first one was really odd to me. When I hear it now, I was very stiff. I was very, I don't know, I can't even describe it, like rudimentary, like I was, teaching a class in college. It was definitely not comfortable. I was definitely not comfortable. And to look at all 11 of those episodes back to back in, a 12-hour period was really very interesting and educational to me, because I was because I started with the most recent one, which was just the last week. And I forgot what happened that day. Oh, yeah, I watched this lady, Brene Brown. She's really great. I got a Netflix thing now, a 1-hour Netflix. Like the Netflix does like comedians for 1 hour? Well, she's like a motivational speaker for 1 hour, and she was really funny, very funny, and very relaxed on stage. She was talking to a ton of people, obviously in her comfort zone on a stage talking to a lot of people. And it made me feel comfortable watching her because she looked terrific. So my last episode last week, I was very comfortable. And as I went through and posted all of my going back further and further, 3 months ago, February 18th, I think, was my first Diana the Happy Lawyer archive episode. And it was very funny to see me so uncomfortable. But I worked with it. I went for it. I gave it a shot. I risked it. I wanted to grow something. I didn't want to stay in a comfort zone where nothing grew. And now here I am 12 weeks later. I've finally gotten to Diana the Happy Lawyer page. And now I'm dealing with a new uncomfortableness, which is having to deal with all of this social media. The Diana the Happy Lawyer. I didn't even know the difference between a private page and a public page. So I had to learn that. And, one of the things that you can do when you're trying to get out of your comfort zone into a new comfort zone is get help. So that's what I did. I got help. I called in a very nice lady named Teresa, and she, yay, happy lawyer. And she helped me. She talked to me about the different things. This is her comfort zone is Facebook advertising and Facebook publishing, and she has a private page, a group that talks, it's Nassau County Nurturing or Health and Wellness, something like that. And so she was showing me her page that she moderates. I don't even know what the right word is. And so that was her comfort zone. So here's the thing. Do I have to be comfortable with all the social media? Yeah, I want to be comfortable doing it, but do I have to know how to do everything on it? Do I have to know how to publish everything? You know, there's a certain amount of stuff that is better left to other people. You know, maybe your comfort zone doesn't include knowing everything about Facebook. My comfort zone doesn't include knowing everything about Facebook and Twitter and all of that stuff. Hi, Jean. Mwah! Oh, I love you. Jean Bertolini just showed up. She's got a lot of comfort zones. Now, this is a lady who's lived through a lot of different comfort zones, and she's comfortable with. I've never seen her uncomfortable with any person. She's comfortable with people. That's a good thing for her. So the point here is that when you're changing from one comfort zone to another one, it's going to be hard. It's going to be messy. It's going to be uncomfortable. And until you get used to it, until you get accustomed to it, like I did in the 12 episodes when I get on now and I'm just like, you know, singing, feeling good is my responsibility, making up songs. That's when you get into a new comfort zone. And it's kind of like a goal. I know I talked about goals way back when and said that the definition of a goal is that when you attain something, and by attaining that goal, then you're going to necessarily have to get a new goal. So comfort zones are kind of like the same thing. You're going to be in a comfort zone, and then when you want to stretch and change your life, you're going to have to move into another comfort zone. It's going to be uncomfortable till you get comfortable again, and then you're going to move into a new comfort zone. I mean, I imagine myself speaking in front of rooms full of people like Brene Brown is doing, videotaping me for Netflix. It's absolutely possible. Is my first off one going to be like, you know, super comfortable? No, probably not. Unless I am able to practice with a room full of hundreds of people, you know, I'll probably be very uncomfortable the first time I do that. But as time goes by, I'll get more and more comfortable with it. Just like when I was not my most comfortable self when I was summing up to a jury in a jury trial, and then as time went on, I became more and more comfortable with that because just by repetition and doing it over. And you know, then there are people that go on to different parts of jobs. So it's things that you do in your life that can become comfortable, and sometimes being in a comfort zone and not wanting to leave that comfort zone will result in being stalled. You won't change. You'll just be stuck in that comfort zone. And some comfort zones are not good. Now, comfort zone, the way I'm talking about it, sounds like comfort, like comfortable. Like you want to sit on your couch. Oh my God, it was a rainy weekend. What a great weekend to sit on the couch with, you know, a blanket covered up over you. But there are people whose comfort zones are anxiety. People are so used to being anxiety-ridden that they're comfortable in the middle of their anxiety. There are people that self-medicate with drugs and alcohol. My brother Stephen was talking today about a guy that he knew who was a comedian, and he drank alcohol, and he talked all about it all the time. He talked about it while he was, you know, on stage, and you know how much he drank before he went on stage or whatever. His comfort zone was being drunk. So that could be a comfort zone for people. And I'm sure you know people who are just constantly negative or arguing or battling or drinking or doing drugs. And unfortunately, that becomes their comfort zone. And talk about difficulty changing. I mean, you know, I've never even smoked cigarettes, so there are people that tell me, oh, it's very hard to quit smoking. To me, I don't know. When I was younger, I drank a lot. And in fact, I think I probably drank all I needed to drink by the time I was 35, and then I stopped drinking. So that was good. And it was something I was used to. We went to law school. We all went to the local bar on you know, Wednesday night or Friday night. I mean, that was the comfort zone. Sometimes your comfort zone includes other people. The people that you hang around with may be in your comfort zone. Now, if they're good, if it's like you folks who are listening to me and happy and want to experiment and find out about how to, you know, personally develop your your skills and goals and try and reach for a better life, that's good. Those are good people to have in your comfort zone. But if your comfort zone people are, other people who are complaining all the time, who are comparing who had a worse day, or well, my job's worse than yours, or I'm having more difficulty, or if you're with a bunch of people who are drinkers, and it's very hard. Certainly, if you're not a drinker, it's very hard to be with somebody who is a drinker. If you're in a relationship, that doesn't work. So people who are drinkers tend to go with other drinkers because that's their comfort zone. So comfort zone is not just a place or something that you do yourself. A comfort zone is also going to be the people that you surround yourself with. So be aware of that. Comfort zone is not always a good place. Comfort zone can be anxiety-ridden and destructive place. And if you do that all the time and that's where you're comfortable, you have to change that. And, the things you're going to want to change to may be better for you, but it's still going to be difficult. And anybody knows, stop smoking cigarettes, stop drinking. Some people can do it like that. Some people can just stop smoking, stop drinking, start getting up early and exercising, and they start doing it and they do great. But there are a lot of people that need help, need support, and me even, needing support to do this social media stuff. Not my comfort zone. So I'm getting support. I'm getting help from people I need. I'm researching it myself if I have to, and trying to figure out also what is the best use of my time. I mean, best use of my time may not be learning all of this social media stuff. We saw Tony Robbins last week had a thing about how to promote yourself. And he was with another guy, Graziosi, I think his name is. I mean, this is a guy that's been doing this for 20 years. Graziosi, I never heard of him. I've seen him a couple of times, but apparently I'm sure he's doing very well, and he's friends with Tony Robbins, so they did a thing together. And this guy had one guy doing his Instagram, one guy doing his Twitter, one guy doing his Facebook. Their entire job, and I'm sure they're making big money just doing Instagram for this guy. A whole job just doing Instagram. So right now, I'm trying to get into the more of a comfort zone of being familiar with all of the social media, but eventually, I may spin it off to somebody. I may find somebody else that's just going to do what he did, take care of my social media for me. Meh. Sounds good. Sounds good to me, because I don't want to be doing the social media stuff. I want to be the one that's in the front. When Brene Brown is on stage doing her thing for Netflix, she's not worrying about whether the lighting's right or whether the microphone is right. She is got somebody else doing that. So getting new comfort. I'm sorry, I'm reading now. I got a new setup here and I can't see the bottom of the phone. Oh yeah, there you go. Kathy says, only if you're not a strong person, her being around other people that are dealing with cancer has made her strong. Now there you go. That's a really, really, really interesting twist on this, because when you're dealing with something like cancer or an illness or something else, it has to be uncomfortable. And yet you still have to get into a comfort zone where you can deal with it, where you can approach it and be able to challenge it. If you're never going to feel comfortable in that, you'll never be able, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You have to feel comfortable in your comfort zone before you can change your comfort zone and become uncomfortable. And certainly getting help with other people. And, there are a lot of support groups that people can go to. Kathy, your point is really well taken, because that's where you find strength with other people. And even if it's something that it's a difficult thing, when you're going through the difficulty together, that can strengthen you to get to a point where even if you're comfortable with the people that you're dealing with, then that are also in that same situation with you, you can all progress to a different level and change and break out of that comfort zone. Yeah, thinking positively, that's really the best thing. That's really the best thing you can always do. Even if you're stuck in a bad job or you're used to, dealing with anxiety or being anxiety prone all the time, that's your comfort zone. Just slowly start thinking positively and acting positively, doing positive things. Little changes. I know I talked about one of my other things. See, now I have all of my lessons in my head because I listened to them all. And I'm definitely going to start, just so you know, for the Happy Lawyer, I'm going to start doing things that are shorter in time. I'm going on my 30-minute mark here. And I'm going to quit soon because 30 minutes is a long time, even for me to listen to myself. I listened to myself 30 minutes 12 times, and it was a long day, I can tell you. So for the Happy Lawyer page, start looking for shorter things, 1-minute things, 2-minute things. I'm not exactly sure what everything's going to be, but I definitely want to start bringing people little snippets of information, little positivity stuff during the day that they could just click on. Me, I am short attention span theater. That's me. I wouldn't sit for half an hour and listen to somebody unless I thought it was really valuable. Hopefully, I think I'm valuable. I know I can talk for half an hour, that's for sure. But I'm definitely branching out of my comfort zone into some different stuff still. So the tip for this week is going to be, where is it? See, I have a new setup here. Oh, that was last week. Here's my tip for this week. What do you think it is? Find something that is out of your comfort zone and do it. Whatever it is. Kathy, I know you love to cook. I can see all your cooking that you bring on, you put pictures. But if it's something that you wanted to do and you're always stopping at the store and bringing home food, even if it's not midweek, maybe take a weekend. Make yourself something simple. Make spaghetti and meatballs. That might be something that will be out of your comfort zone. Dig in the garden. Take a walk. Something as simple as taking a walk, doing a regular exercise. And listen, I'm not great at this either. I struggle daily trying to get stuff done that I know is better for my life. And really, there's only 24 hours in a day still only 24 hours in a day, no matter what your comfort zone is. So it means that if you want to do something different that's more positive for your life, you're going to have to drop something else in that 24-hour period and substitute in things that are positive from things that are not growing, not helping you grow. Something that, you're doing every day that's a routine that is not benefiting you. Watching TV. Who knows what else? There are people that I'm sure do things that don't benefit them every day, like hitting the snooze button 5 times. And even I do that sometimes. And I'll say, wow, I just wasted a half an hour. I could have been meditating. I could have been walking. I could have been making myself a healthy breakfast. I usually eat berries and bananas. I eat a lot of raw fruit in the morning because it's easy. I can just grab it and run. And I eat in my car. Will I change that comfort zone of eating stuff in my car? That's not a great habit, to eat the bananas in my car and have the blueberries and the strawberries in a cup and I eat them when I'm at the red lights. Will I ever change that habit so that I sit in the morning and make myself a nice healthy breakfast and relax and eat like it's a Saturday or a Sunday midweek? I don't know, maybe. But do something. Do something this week that changes your changes your comfort zone. Do something out of your comfort zone this week that's going to benefit you. And see how it is. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be a small thing, If you do your nails yourself, maybe go to the salon. If you're cleaning your house yourself, maybe, get somebody to clean the house for you. I always talk about having food delivered. I was at a 10-year-old birthday party today, and a lady came in and she was frenzied because she was running around at kids all day. So I got to get the kids home so I can go shopping, food shopping. And I wanted to, I butted out. I didn't say anything because it wasn't the place. But I wanted to say, why don't you just do Peapod? Just go online and click in what you want, and then the food will be delivered to your house. Anybody that's not doing that, if you have children, I don't have any children. I got cats. I have my cat. My kitten was spayed today. Talk about out of your comfort zone. I was a nervous wreck all day. And now I'm watching her. I'm, making sure she doesn't jump. They say don't let your cat jump for a day. How the heck am I supposed to not let my cat jump? It's crazy. Well, let's see, Kathy. Oh, your husband makes breakfast. Oh, breakfast in bed. Now that's a comfort zone. All right. You know what? I'm going to end on that breakfast in bed comfort zone. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. The beach videos will still go on. I may start doing motivational comments from the beach. This way you'll get a 1 minute of beach and 1 minute of me together. Because what's better than the beach except for me on the beach? But no, I'm definitely going to be going down to the beach and filming that. It's been raining. It's been a really horrible, comfort zone. I don't know if anybody did the 5-borough bike tour in the rain today. That couldn't have been comfortable. But I'm sure that there were people out there that said, I don't care. It's the 5-borough bike tour. I do it every year. If I didn't do it, it would not be comfortable for me. So even if I have to do it in the rain, I'm going to go do it. And there were like 3,800 people. I don't remember how many they said I throw out numbers sometimes that I just hear off the top of my head. But yeah, the 5-borough bike tour went on today in the rain. And they also did a marathon in Long Island in the rain. So these people that trained and worked hard and did it. Kathy, you don't think I'd be comfortable in a bikini on the beach? No, I don't show skin. I do Mardi Gras beads. That's going to be my thing. The Happy Lawyer, and I'm going to wear Mardi Gras beads. I'm comfortable with Mardi Gras beads. So that's what I'm going to go with. So thank you so much. Oh my God. So we did it. This is the first episode on the Diana the Happy Lawyer channel. I am blown away. So now I'm like, I did it. It was uncomfortable. But now I did my first one. Just like my first one on that other, my private page that I looked at the other day that was like so oddball, I sounded like a nut. So now I'm moving into a new comfort zone area. I'm really excited about it. And guys, I really want you to come with me. I really want to spread this happiness thing. I want it to become a habit. I want people to become habitually happy. So like and share Diana the Happy Lawyer Facebook page with your friends, please. Like and share with your friends. And then, oh, Jesus. Oh, gosh. Sorry. So much for the cat. The cat. My cat just jumped from like the highest cat tree in the house. All right, I better go check on her because now I'm uncomfortable because I'm worried about the cat. Okay. I love you all, and love is all you need. Like and share Diana the Happy Lawyer, and let's get this good vibe going all the way through. We have the perfect opportunity. Facebook reaches millions and millions and millions of people. So let's do it. Let's get the Facebook Happy Lawyer vibe, happy people vibe. In the future, I also want to do split screens. Kathy, I'd love to have you come on and speak with me. It doesn't have to be live. We can do a tape version. Linda, I'd love to have you on. Mom, I'd love to have you on. Anybody that wants to come on, and we'll do a Helen, you could come on with your dog. I'd love to have people go on all with dogs. Yeah, me and Linda reconnected through Facebook. And another friend that I have, Lisa Caputo, she's even, I know her longer than you, Linda. She's from elementary school. So let's do this thing. Let's get everybody on board to be happy, because I really think that it's a great goal, and we can all benefit from it and get out of the comfort zones of being unhappy and depressed and all of that, and get into the comfort zone. Camacho is Helen's dog, and he loves me. Someday I'm going to have a dog again. It's not my comfort zone right now. I have cats, but all right. Well, I know you guys are looking at the clock, and it's almost Game of Thrones time. I don't want to cut into anybody's that. I think there's only 3 episodes left or something for the whole. What are you going to do after that? Don't substitute in another bad HBO Sunday night at 8 o'clock. If you're watching Game of Thrones and it's coming to an end and that's your comfort zone is going to change. Don't substitute in some other mindless stuff. Do something productive during that hour next after Game of Thrones ends. Okay, again, love you all. Love is all you need. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Same time, same channel. New channel. Okay. See, I moved my thing. I'll survive. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.